feel creatively stuck, like a lot, which kind of sucks, especially since I'm trying to build up a career that depends on it. So how do I actually sustain or manage these unpredictable creative blocks? So in my pursuit of finding sustainable creative energy for the past few years, here's what I've come up with. Before we start, I just want to clear out that there is no actual solution to a creative block. Like, all of the successful creators who've been doing this forever face this problem too. They've just gotten really good at working around and adjusting with it. The cycle of creative inspiration and creative blocks is a totally natural thing. There's no stopping it. So what we need to focus on instead is how to optimize the crap out of it. First of all, you need to get your basics right. A good amount of sleep, healthy food, some form of physical exercise and that sort of stuff. But usually for a creative block, all of that is just not enough. Necessary, but not enough. And that's where we go to this stuff. Among all the insane amount of creative advice out there, this is the stuff that I've stuck with for the past few years. So let's open it. I know being creative and making art is nothing like it is portrayed in the movies, but sometimes intentionally trying to make it that way helps a bit. Like setting up like a proper cozy environment to work in gives you a bit of bump sometimes. Okay, this next one I think is the best way of getting back on your creative feet. Reach out to art for inspiration. This works like 90% of the times. Watch or listen or read anything that does or previously has inspired your creativity, because it's probably going to do it again. Or you can also look out for new inspiration. Maybe look at the stuff that other people in your niche are inspired by, or just start following the artists that usually inspire you and take a look at some of their other stuff. And don't try to rush it. Forcing ourselves to be creative is pointless. Just casually keep reaching out until you get it. I personally keep a list of the stuff that inspire me, and then I just go on and watch the stuff on that list. I actually found that the art that you get inspired by doesn't even have to be in your niche. Like, I make YouTube videos and I find music and paintings and poetry very inspiring. I think it's like getting really inspired by the emotion, the vibe that these things convey, and then adding that to your own work in your own way. It is when I find myself playing more than trying that I find my way out of a block. Sometimes just messing around and doing it just for the sake of doing it is a pretty good move. What I mean is make something, but don't expect it to be the best thing you've ever made. Like, just make it to get yourself started. But also make sure that you're ready to scrap the whole thing and start all over. Like, a lot of the times I start out by writing a very average script for a video that I'm not really proud of, but then I eventually get really into it and just start all over again and end up with a far better result. So yeah, just keep that in mind, I guess. This is what's going to hold your life together. Figure out what kind of management system works for you, because you do need one. Whether it is scheduling, and there are different types of scheduling, or a journaling, or what usually works for me, which is making lists. I make lists of things that I want to get done, the list of things that I want to keep in mind throughout the day, throughout the week. It's not as restricting and suffocating as a full planned schedule, and it keeps you aware of the stuff that you want to be doing. And you might need different management systems for different times in your life. Like, sometimes making a list is just not enough for me and I have to add time into it. So yeah, just figure out a few systems that work for you, because you definitely do need them. Surround yourself with good content, good art, especially the kind of art that you want to be making. If you're not consuming the type of art that you want to make, it's going to be really difficult for you to come up with ideas, because that's how our creativity works. It heavily depends on inspirations. And it also helps a lot in figuring out your own creative taste, which is a pretty confusing journey itself. So follow a bunch of creative people on all the social media platforms that you use, although I would recommend being careful with watching short form content. I hate it. It's just so addictive, and it also sort of drains out all your mental energy. So try to keep it to a minimum. Here's a bonus tip before you go. add some sort of music to your daily life, like not just in the background while working out and stuff, but actually actively listening to it and getting inspired and getting excited by it. For me, I think as I've mentioned before, music is a huge inspiration for my videos. If I like a part of a song that makes you feel a certain way, I just save it to my playlist and try to incorporate that feeling to my videos. I haven't really gotten the chance to add a lot of immersion to my videos, but I'm gonna go in that direction soon. Okay, so these were the few main tips for creatives that I had. And if you want to see a video of me talking about getting my crap together while writing that very video and getting my crap together all at the same time, watch this one right here. 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 Watch this one right here.